John Dickerson is the lead pastor of Connection Point Christian Church in Indianapolis. He is also an award-winning journalist and a best-selling author of several books. John joins us now. John, good to see you. In this transition to a digital world, what are you already seeing?
Well, we're already seeing God at work. I mean, we acknowledge it's uncomfortable. It's not the way we would have planned it. But aren't those the times that God so often does miracles? And I could tell you a few of them. The first is actually the fact that we're able to do live streaming. We actually, when we knew the state was going to be locking down, God opened a door for us to get a note to the governor of Indiana. And we asked him, would you include live stream church services as an essential service so that we can keep reaching our people after the stay-at-home order is issued? And get this, the governor actually read from our letter when he issued the statewide stay-at-home order, and he said, church live streaming is an essential service. Churches need to keep live streaming.
Hey, welcome to Easter with Connection Point.
But let me just tell you one story of how our church is coming together. We have a firefighter in our congregation named Keith. Keith was on the front lines making 911 calls as a firefighter when he would go to the home of someone who called 911. And very often those people have COVID symptoms. Well, Keith caught COVID-19 in the process. He's actually in the hospital right now on a ventilator. Keith's wife, Becky, is unemployed because of this crisis. And so as we've been praying for Keith and Becky, trusting God for physical healing for Keith's body, as a church, we've been able to come together financially to support Becky. And actually, our people raised $20,000 to get Becky through this time so they don't have to lose their house.
How is this generation uniquely designed at this unique time with this unique virus?
Yeah, it's incredible. You look back through church history and, in Acts chapter 2, people didn't even have church buildings yet. They were meeting in homes. Really, the structures that we call, quote, the church, the building, are temporary. It's the souls, the word of God, and the work of God that are eternal. I believe God has positioned us at a pivot in world history where we get to be the church in a way that people will look back and say, wow, only God could have done that. And so here's how we see God work in this time. We stay true to his word. We keep inviting his spirit to do the work, and we keep depending on him through prayer. We keep investing in those ministries that are really getting the word out and connecting believers together.
John, the growing opinion is life has changed. We will never see it return the way that we're used to seeing it. That said, how will the Sunday church experience change from this point on?
He doesn't need a building. All he uses are people who are faithful, the word of God and the spirit of God. And so here's what I know. If we stay faithful to the word of God, and if we stay dependent on the spirit of God, and if we be intentional every day to fill our mind with God's truth using Christian media and Christian connection online, God will keep doing his work. And I know that we'll look back someday from heaven and even in this life and we'll say, Jesus was faithful to his promise in Matthew 16. He will build his church. The gates of hell will not prevail against it.